Hi guys, welcome to Learning Electronics Repair. I have a power supply here. This is from Fnirsi, portable CNC DC power supply, DPS-150. This was sent to me by Fnirsi for free as a review sample. So I haven't paid for this, but I'm not being paid to make this review. So whatever I find with this, however this goes, this is my honest opinion of this piece of equipment, okay? So now we've sorted that out, let's get in. You can see I haven't even opened this yet. Let's see what's inside the box. The big moment is here, guys. User manual, okay. The little quality sticker thingy. Oh, this is quite small. This really is quite small, but surprisingly heavy for such a small item. I mean, it's not like really heavy, but it certainly doesn't feel like it's full of air, that's for sure. There's definitely something inside this. It's about the same sort of weight as my phone, Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, with the cover on. So it's about that sort of weight, give or take. And we have some leads. So, oh, these feel nice. These are like flexible, like silicone leads. 1, 2, and a USB lead. I believe this is for connecting to your PC. There's some software we can run on the PC that we can talk to the power supply with. I'll see if I can find that. How long are these things? Are they a good length? Without measuring it, I'd say about a meter, about 1 meter in length. Okay. Hard to fit all on the screen. So this has a little screen protector on, as per normal. Oh, and it lifts up. Yeah. So the screen actually angles either vertical, horizontal, or anywhere in between. That's quite nice. We have standard banana sockets, 4mm sockets if you prefer to call them that. Oh, they're a good tight fit as well. I mean, that's not going to fall out, that's for sure. Interesting, another little screen protector on there. Okay. Home. I think this is the memory. Yeah, and a few other buttons we can play with. And this works with PD or DC. So we have two inputs on here. We have PD, that's your fast charger basically, or we have DC. So we have to switch the switch and then we can plug up to 32 volts into there, okay? This is the connection to go to the PC. And I've noticed they've actually put a mini or micro USB on there. Probably so you can't get the wrong lead in the wrong place, I would imagine, or not so easily. And I do know, because I've had a quick look on the website I'm going to show you now, that this is basically a 0 to 30 volts, 0 to 5 amps, constant current, constant voltage, or variable current, variable voltage power supply. The output voltage can be altered from 0 up to whatever voltage you supply it with. So if we connect a PD power supply in here, which I'm going to do, which is 20 volts, then you can alter the voltage from 0 to 20, minus a little bit. There's going to be a little bit of voltage drop in here, but somewhere in that region. So to get the full 30 volts out of this, you need a power supply which can handle that. There are new PD power supplies that will supply 28 volts, and of course you could connect it to a 32 volt supply here, okay? Here is the Fnirsi website, so we can see the DPS-150 programmable mini portable DC power supply. It doesn't mention CNC on here, it just says programmable. As I mentioned, 30 volt 5 amp. There are more powerful power supplies than this. I have a bench power supply here, which is also 30 volts, 5 amps. I do have another one, 30 volts, 10 amps, but that's on the other bench where we do the live streams. So, to be honest, in most cases, in fact, practically all cases to repair, the 5 amp 30 volt supply is all I need. Yeah, maybe the occasion when it isn't, when I'm actually trying to work on something like mixers and amplifiers, and I might want to plus and minus something or other, yeah. But I would say that 30 volts, 5 amps is perfectly good for most situations. It'd be rare for me to think where I need more. But hey, what do you guys think? Do you need more than that from your bench power supply? And if so, when do you need it? Yeah. Back to this then. So we have, yeah, supports PC, QC or DC inputs. It has programmable outputs with 6 preset voltage current settings, so you can use the memory function to remember common settings. Okay. Safety mechanisms over voltage, over current, short circuit, overheating. There's a more complete spec there. Freeze the screen, guys, if you want to have a good look at it. Okay, low ripple, no overshoot. Efficient cooling. I believe this has a fan in. There's a picture of a fan there at least. U-shaped terminals. It means that you can actually put wires directly in like this, which is handy. Reverse input protection, such like. Okay, reverse output prevention. Interesting. It looks like this effectively will plot a graph showing you how the current and voltage is changing over time. Yeah, I mentioned various memories. We can put in common settings that we want to use. Flip the display. Okay. And that's about it. Okay, let's have a look at this. I'm going to use this with a PD power supply. So this is a 100 watt power supply. This is actually a Fnirsi supply. This wasn't sent with this little power supply. This didn't come with a power supply included. It just came as I've shown you out of the box. This one came with the Fnirsi HS02 soldering iron. So we'll use that. Obviously this means this is now going to limit this to 20 volts, 5 amps. That's the rating of the power supply. We see there 20 volts, 5 amps. Okay. Let's plug this in and see what it does. It's set to PD. Oh, that's nice. That's bright, that is, guys. Yeah, and it's not very reflective either. You know, I have quite a bit of trouble with the reflection from the overhead lights just at that point, but yeah, that's nice and clear, I will say. Okay, let's see if we can figure out how to use it. So there's a little rotating thing here. We have arrows. Okay, that takes us from one screen to the other. About, yeah, very Chinese. System. So brightness, volume, metering open and close. I would have to check in the manual to see what that means. I'll leave this set to the defaults at the moment. The theme, I know, by the way, changes the layout that we see when we're on the home screen. And just go back to it. I'll just show you this. So I can just step between all the options. Theme IE. Okay. Home. Yeah, you see it's changed the layout of the screen, so whichever one you prefer. I think I'll just put it back on the default one for now. Quite simple to use this, actually. Yeah, there you go. Let me show you how to use this, because there's a mistake in the user manual, at least the one I have. So if you want to set the output voltage and current, simply just press this little arrow button here and you can see we're now in volts. We can move around. So for example, we can go here to 9 volts, okay, down here, and we're in the current, we can set it to, for example, 1.5 amps, okay. And if we now press the little arrow again, so it comes away from here, and we hit the start button, we now have 9 volts, okay. Notice the output is lit up in red and blue now, the LEDs have come on, it looks quite nice. So we'll connect some leads. If I short these together, we should get 1.5 amps. Yeah, 1.5 amps, okay. And you notice this now goes to constant current. You see there, CV, CC, okay. So setting the parameters is quite simple. Now let me show you how to do the memory, because this is a little bit more complicated, or rather, it wouldn't be, but the manual's wrong, okay. So if we have a look for preset data, it says short press M, okay, to enter the preset data group interface. Press the little backwards forwards arrow for the adjustment, voltage, press again for current, turn the little dial to set it. So the same, and then short press M again to leave, okay. That doesn't actually work. What you have to do is you have to long press M till we get to this page. Now the little arrow. Okay, I'm going to set this to 1 volt, so something we would use when we were short finding. 1 volt, okay. Maximum current. 5.1 is the maximum it will actually go to. Press the arrow and then short press. That's now stored the settings in the memory. So 1 volt, 5.1 amps, and then you press the start button on the side. It's now running, okay, it's outputting 1 volt. Constant current, okay. And this also shows you the wattage here as well. So that's how it actually works. We can have a look on my multimeter to see how accurate this is. Bear in mind my multimeter isn't actually calibrated. And I'll use this one because it has a nice big display. So we set to 1 volt. What do we actually have? Let's see. I'll just attach the leads to my multimeter, okay. Yeah, 1.0074. That's very close. Okay, let's go to one of the other positions. Now you'll notice when I went to another position, it stopped. Okay, you have to press the run button again. So when you change from one to another here, and it's now on 5.004, notice it stops. Okay, so let's change one. We'll change this one. Well, that's to the maximum 19.8 in actual fact. So with the 20 volt in, it says it will give 19.8 out. Let's see if it actually does. Okay, press the button. Run. Yeah, 19.805. So it doesn't drop much voltage, about 0.1 of a volt or so. That means this thing actually runs quite cool, I would say. Yeah, so that's how you basically use that feature. We also have the waveform screen, so we hold this button in. And now we have a log of what's happening. So if I, for example, short these together, it's gone to 1 amp, you can see the current. Okay, so the yellow is the voltage, the cyan is the current. Yeah. This could be useful for data logging, maybe some situation of a fault condition. I can't just off the top of my head think of a useful one, but hey, it's nice to have, okay. So that's the logging screen. Let's have a look at the PC interface now. Well, this looks simple enough. So turn on the device, connect it using the micro data. That's that USB cable that came with it, with the micro USB. After connection, select the communication port, which you find in the device manager. Okay, click connect. Doesn't exactly say where you click connect, but we'll find out hopefully. Once connected, as displayed in the left text box, the connection is successful, and during the PC software connection, the device buttons will be locked. Okay, let's see if it does what it just said. Connected, setting up device, A32 virtual COM port. Okay, now device manager. I'm guessing this one USB serial device COM5. Well, strangely enough, it doesn't actually tell me in the manual I need to download the software, but it didn't take me too much to figure that out. So it just runs. It's a portable executable. One of these I'm hoping is English. No. The problem with this is it probably allows you to change the language, but because you can't read it, you have to guess. Yeah. Doesn't do anything. Settings. Ah, you see, you just have to look around, guys. Yeah. I think we have it in English. Okay, so yeah, just press on things till you get there. Right, so this looks like I can control it from here. Let's see how simple this is. Well, we'll go to basic. That's probably a good start. Okay. Okay, so right, I've figured it out. We have to go to click on the connection here. Okay, now it says disconnect, so we're all connected. We can now enter some settings on here, so we can actually, can we drag this thing? Not sure. Yes, I can alter it this way, but let me just type something in. So let me just go for, like, for example, 8.0, enter. Oh yeah, look, you saw the voltage come down there to 8. And on the device it says 8. Two amps, enter. Yeah, it's got the 2 amps on there. So we can just short the leads together. Yeah, we can see we're giving 2 amps. You can see it on the device. Okay, that's working. Now I believe, yeah, I think here we can actually store them. Yeah, we can store and set different things. That's okay. That's obvious fairly. We have some advanced features on here. Go to advanced. So our voltage scan. So for example, we can scan from a start voltage to an end voltage. So we can go from like 1 to 10. Again, that goes in the smaller maps. Can I actually do this with it? No, but I can type them in to 12 volts, delay 1 second, run. What does it do? Oh, yeah, can you see the voltage is increasing on both the graph and on the device? Okay. And then it settles at 12. Okay, interesting. Stop. Let me short the leads together. You notice the voltage is still changing when I stop that, by the way. It's going back up. I'll just short the leads together. Okay. And then we'll try a current scan. So it's, well, it's up to 5. Stop. Yeah. So it's actually scanning the current from a low from 1 amp up to 5 amps. I'm not totally sure what you would use these settings for, but hey, it's nice enough to have them. I'm sure there are a few other things we can play around with in here, but that just probably gives us a good idea of what we can actually do with this. Okay guys, so the software seems to work quite well, to be quite honest. We need a conclusion to this video. So yeah, I like this one guys. The error in the manual was a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I figured it, and then I've shown you guys anyway, so hopefully you don't have that problem if you've watched this video, okay? Maybe that's why you came here. Well, if you did, I hope you now know where the problem was with that. It actually weighs 178 grams. I looked it up in the user manual, so it's not heavy. It's got a little bit of weight to it. It's very small. So this is coming in at, yeah, about 10.5 centimeters by about 7, and it's not very deep. Yeah, 2.5, something like that. So yeah, it doesn't take a lot of space on the bench, and that's what I quite like about this. It's also got an extremely clear display. I'm going to use this on my videos. Let's see how it goes. I can probably use this easier on my videos than actually using my main bench supply. I'll probably connect the 32 volts from my main supply into here actually to give me the full range of voltages. I like the presets on this and the fact you can actually set the current without having to short the leads first. So with my bench power supply, I have to set the voltage, short the leads, and then set the current with the leads shorted. With this I can set it already. So that in itself is quite nice, and being able to, for example, have presets for things like 1 volt for short finding. As you see there, 1 volt, 5 amps, that's great for short finding. And no doubt we can set it for 0.8 volts or whatever. The accuracy seems to be very good, at least as so far as my multimeter tells me. So yeah, that's a nice little device, I have to say. Obviously you need a power supply to run this, either a PD or QC power supply, or something else that will give you as high a voltage as you want to use on it. But overall, thumbs up, yeah? Thumbs up on that one, I like it. Okay, hope you agree with me, but if you don't, or even if you do, get into the comments down there, let me know what you think. Thanks very much to Fnirsi for sending me this free of charge, and thanks very much to you guys for watching, okay? And I look forward to seeing you all soon on Learning Electronics Repair. Ciao for now, guys.